What if I told you that the one thing keeping you broke has nothing to do with your skills, your market, or your opportunities? What if the difference making $100,000 a year and making millions comes down to a single decision that most entrepreneurs are too weak to make? Most entrepreneurs fail not because they lack talent, not because they don't work hard, and definitely not because they picked the wrong industry. They fail because of one simple thing that's so obvious yet so hard to do that 95% of people never figure it out. And here's the crazy part. Once you understand this concept, you will start seeing it everywhere. You will notice why some people build million-dollar businesses while others jump from idea to idea for years without making a single dollar. You will understand why your friend who started that boring accounting firm is now driving a Ferrari while the guy with the revolutionary app idea is still broke. I'm going to break down exactly what this is, why it is the difference between success and failure, and most importantly, how we can use it to finally build something that actually works. First link in bio if you want to find out what it is. But first, let me tell you about the biggest lie we've all been told about entrepreneurship. We've been conditioned to believe that success comes from finding the perfect opportunity, the perfect market, the perfect timing. Social media is full of people showing off their crypto gains, their dropshipping success, their affiliate marketing windfalls. And we think that's it, that's the secret. So what do? We chase. We jump from opportunity to opportunity like we are playing some kind of a entrepreneurial hopscotch. E-commerce this month, crypto the next, then maybe some AI tool, then back to real estate. Sound familiar? Here's what nobody tells you. This approach is designed to fail. And it's not your fault for falling into this trap, because everywhere you look, someone is selling you the next big thing, the next opportunity that's going to change everything. But here's the truth that successful entrepreneurs know and broke entrepreneurs don't. The opportunity isn't what makes you rich. Your commitment to the opportunity is what makes you rich. Let's talk about why this happens. When you start any new business venture, something predictable occurs. You get excited, you're motivated, you see the potential, but then reality hits. You realize there's actually a lot to learn. The market is more competitive than you thought. The customers are harder to find. The problems are more complex. The results take longer than expected. And suddenly, that initial excitement turns into doubt. This is where most people make the fatal mistake. Instead of pushing through, they start looking around. They see someone else posting about their success in a different area and think, maybe that's a real opportunity. They convince themselves that they chose wrong, that they need to pivot, that they need to find something easier. But here's what's really happening. They're experiencing the normal learning curve that every successful person has gone through. The difference is successful people push through it while unsuccessful people run from it. Think about any successful person you know. Not the fake guru success stories, but real successful people. What do they have in common? They start with something long enough to get good at it. The electrician who built a multi-million-dollar electrical contracting business didn't do it by jumping to plumbing when things get tough. The restaurant owner who now has 15 locations didn't abandon ship when the first location struggled. The consultant who makes 7 figures didn't switch to e-commerce when client acquisition got difficult. They all did the same thing. They start with their chosen path long enough to master it. In today's world, this principle is more important than ever because we are constantly bombarded with new opportunities. Every day there's a new trend, a new platform, a new way to make money. The noise level is insane. But here's what you need to understand. All this noise is actually an advantage for you if you can learn to ignore it. While everyone else is chasing the latest shiny object, you can build something real. While they're starting over every few months, you can be compounding your efforts. Think about it this way. If you spend 1 month learning about 10 different businesses, you would know almost nothing about any of them. But if you spend 10 months learning about one business, you will actually know something valuable. You will have real expertise, you will have relationships, you will have systems that work. This is where it gets really interesting. When you stick with something long enough, you don't just get linearly better, you get exponentially better. Your growth compounds. In month 1, you're learning the basics. In month 3, you're starting to see patterns. By month 6, you are developing systems. By year 1, you are seeing real results. By year 2, you're optimizing those results. By year 3, you're dominating your space. But if you quit at month 2 and start something new, you never get to experience this compound effect. You're always stuck in the beginner phase, always struggling with the basics, always feeling like you're not making progress. There are really only 2 types of entrepreneurs in the world. Those who plant trees and those who keep digging up seeds. The seed diggers are always busy. They are always learning something new, always starting something new, always talking about their next big idea. They look productive from the outside, but they never actually produce anything. The tree planters look boring by comparison. They are doing the same thing day after day after day. They are not constantly pivoting or chasing new opportunities. But quietly, steadily, their trees are growing, and eventually, those trees bear fruit. Which type are you? For me, I used to always be digging up seeds, but I finally realized how YouTubers actually make money online. If you're interested in that, check out the first link down in the description. Now, I know what you're thinking, but things change so fast these days. How do I know what to stick with? What if I pick the wrong thing? Here's the secret. Focus on things that don't change. People will always need to solve problems. They will always need value. They will always make decisions based on emotions and justify them with logic. They will always want to save time, make money, or feel better about themselves. The specific tactics might change. The platforms might evolve. The technology will definitely advance. But the fundamental human needs and behaviors, those stay the same. So when you're choosing what to focus on, ask yourself, what underlying human need does this serve? If you can answer that question, you have probably found something worth sticking with. I'll give you a hint. Focus on these eternal markets: health, wealth, relationship, and happiness. Every time you switch focus, you're not just losing the time you invested in the previous venture, you are losing something much more valuable: momentum. Momentum is everything in business. It's a compound interest of entrepreneurship. When you have momentum, everything becomes easier. Customers come to you, opportunities present themselves, problems solve themselves. But momentum takes time to build, and every time you switch directions, you lose all that momentum and have to start from zero again. Think about it like this. If you are pushing a heavy boulder up a hill and you stop halfway to go push a different boulder, you don't just lose your progress. You have to watch your first boulder roll back down while you start over with the second one. So, how do you choose what to focus on? Here's a simple framework. First, look at your current skills and interests. What are you naturally good at? What do you enjoy doing? What problems do you understand better than most people? Second, look at market demand. Are people already paying money to solve this problem? Are there successful businesses in this space? You don't need to invent a new market. You just need to serve an existing one better. Third, consider the fundamentals. Is this something that serves a basic human need? Will people still need this in 5 years? 10 years? If you can check all 3 boxes, you have probably found your thing. Once you have chosen your focus, you need to develop what I call selective ignorance. This means actively ignoring opportunities that don't align with your chosen path. This is harder than it sounds because our brains are wired to notice opportunities. Every time you see someone succeeding in a different area, you will feel the pull to investigate. Every time a new trend emerges, you will want to jump on it. This is extra tough because on a platform like YouTube, we are consistently recommended various creators who heavily promote their own thing in the make money online space. All roads lead to Rome, but you have to resist. You have to trust that the path you have chosen is worth walking, even when other paths look more attractive. This doesn't mean you never evolve or adapt. It means you evolve within your chosen domain rather than abandoning it entirely. Real success in business doesn't look like the overnight success stories you see on social media. It looks more like a staircase than a rocket ship. You have periods of rapid growth, followed by plateaus. You will have setbacks and challenges. You will have moments where you question everything, but if you stick with it, if you keep climbing those stairs, you'll eventually reach levels that seemed impossible when you started. The key is understanding that this is normal. This is how it's supposed to work. The struggles aren't a sign that you have chosen wrong. They are a sign that you are building something real. Here's the uncomfortable truth. Most people will never apply this principle because it requires something that's in short supply these days: patience. We live in an instant gratification world. We want results now. We want success now. We want proof that our efforts are working now. And in all honesty, I am guilty of it. But building a real business takes time. Building real expertise takes time. Building real wealth takes time. Most people aren't willing to make that time investment. They'll rather keep hoping for a shortcut, keep chasing the next opportunity, keep looking for the magic bullet. And that's actually good news for you, because if you can develop the patience and discipline to stick with something long enough to master it, you will have almost no competition. The difference between successful entrepreneurs and everyone else isn't intelligence, luck, or even hard work. It's the ability to stick with something long enough to get good at it. Remember, everything works. You just need to be patient, solve more problems in your business, and not get distracted by shiny object syndrome when things get hard. It's just like relationships. Are you going to break up just because the honeymoon period is over and find someone else? When you encounter problems in relationships, you would try to solve the problems together with your partner and not leave immediately for someone else when things get hard, right? When everyone else is chasing opportunities, you can be building expertise. While they're starting over, you can be scaling up. While they're learning basics, you can be mastering advanced strategies. The grass isn't greener on the other side. The grass is greener where you water it. So pick your patch of grass, water it consistently, protect it from weeds, and give it time to grow. Your future self will thank you. If this video was helpful, do like and subscribe so this video can be found by others who are suffering from shiny object syndrome. And if you're serious about making money online, just like how all of the other YouTubers are doing, check out the first link down below.